I'm having trouble connecting to the network. Please try again a bit later.
What? Coming down. That is the weakest I've ever had. Welcome back, friends. So in this video, we're going to discuss 3 reasons why I hate the Amazon Auto and why I can't recommend it to anyone. So let's start with reason number 1. Okay, and that first reason is the physical size. This thing is absolutely huge, especially if you're in a smaller vehicle like I am on a TJ. It doesn't have a ton of dash real estate, or anywhere else actually. But the thing is massive, and I'm not so sure it's worth the size because, like, okay, you have 8 microphones, but on a call, it seems to only use 1. And I actually don't think the other 7 are doing anything to help eliminate the background noise. I don't know this for sure, but it just doesn't seem that much better than a device I used to have in here. And that device I used to have in here, I had in here for a long, long time. It worked really, really well. It was just getting old and time to replace it, so I thought I'll try this. And I'm kind of sorry I did, actually. I mean, I could put another microphone right here, which would be way more important to me than this thing, like an actual radio microphone to reach out to people if I wanted to. But I can't because I have this dumb thing here. And it just doesn't make sense. You have to put it in a place the microphones can hear your voice. But for me, that ends up being some of the most valuable dash real estate. And if I had buttons, I could use the buttons to do things, but it doesn't have any usable buttons, which leads us into number 2. All right, so reason number 2. Real quick, I apologize if I'm sweating a lot on camera. It's like 120 degrees outside. It's very hot today. But we'll make do, and we'll get through it. So, number 2 are the buttons. Now, to its credit, it does have 2. It has a mute mic button. Kind of understand. Don't also understand, because if you're buying something with microphones, you're expecting it to listen to you. Anyway, that's what the device does. The other button is basically to force Alexa to listen to you, because it doesn't a lot, and that makes sense why you'd have to have that button. But more importantly, it's missing a few buttons, and that is a play pause button, or answer and hang up call button, and a forward back button. Why it does not have those, I will never understand. It's like they didn't know they were designing this thing for a car. In my opinion, if you're making something hands-free, you would want those 3-4 crucial buttons on the device so that you don't have to touch your phone. I mean, that's the point of being hands-free, right? Not touching your phone. Even if you put those 3 buttons on there, you're still messing with the device less than you would an actual radio, even just an FM radio, because you're tuning and junk. I had an older device, and that's all it had on it. It didn't have any Amazon Alexa baked into it. All it was a Bluetooth connection to an auxiliary port. And it had those 3 buttons: play, pause, or answer, hang up the phone call, and forward and back buttons for the music. And honestly, I almost never touched my phone. Never touched it having to go down the road ever, because those buttons allow me to manipulate all the music I needed to on my phone without having to ever touch it, which was perfect. I only upgraded to this device because that one was getting old, and honestly, when I took my dash apart one time, I kind of pinched some of the wires and it was on its very last leg, so I thought, oh, this will be a better device. It's newer, better Bluetooth connectivity, so the music will sound better. It's got way more microphones, so it's going to be better, but it doesn't have the buttons. The microphones aren't better, and it's bigger. That actually leads me to issue number 3, the biggest of all 3. So, reason number 3, it's the connectivity. Now, it's not the Bluetooth connectivity. That protocol it has is actually very nice, and it's really good at putting high quality sound over your speakers. It's really a shame because I quite enjoy it for that. But it's actually what the device does when it's not connected to the internet, which is flat out nothing. If you don't have internet on your phone, the device is basically dead. It'll still play music, but you'll have 0 control, which is just dumb. As someone who off-roads or overlands, explores, camps, whatever you want to call it, that sucks. Because it means I have to take my eyes off the road or take the eyes off what I'm doing in order to change my music or make an adjustment or hang up a phone call or something like that. And that leads me to another thing. See, I said phone call. I have to use my phone to make a phone call or answer the phone call when I don't have connectivity. But see, it's not just connectivity. On my device, anyway, if the app that you have to have installed on your phone to set this thing up doesn't recognize that it's connected to the internet or doesn't connect to it properly, the device simply won't work. Which means even though your phone will have full connectivity and can make phone calls and can play music, you can't control it on this thing, which is honestly its whole purpose. Its whole purpose is to control what's going on in your car. It's supposed to create a hands-free experience, but it doesn't. And that's why I can't recommend it. In fact, I don't like it so much. I'm taking it off and I'm not putting it back on. And I recommend that you guys do not buy it because it's kind of a waste of money. Maybe in version 2, they'll fix these issues. And there you have it. 3 reasons why the Amazon Alexa is not a very good hands-free device for any car. Whether you're upgrading your old car, adding some functionality to it so you can drive safe down the road, or your newer vehicle doesn't have a very good system and so you're looking to upgrade it or increase its functionality. It's not the device for you, and I don't recommend it, and I don't recommend you waste your hard-earned money on it. However, there is a device that I do recommend. It's in the link in the description below, but before you take a look at it, I'll review it when it gets here. That way you can decide for yourself what's really better, and honestly, I think it's a little cheaper too, and I really do think it's a better device, because it seems to function much, much better for me. At least the old one did. We'll find out if the new one does. With that, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like what's going on with the channel, hit subscribe down below. Don't forget to hit those comments and tell me what you think. And with that, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Jody, what are you doing? Are you just relaxing out here? What you staring at, huh?